to my channel. My name is Jodie, and in this video I'm going to be going through everything that I picked up in the month of March. So in this haul I have kind of like a mixed bag, but some titles that I'm so excited about. So I have a mixture of some boutique Blu-rays, some standard Blu-rays, some DVDs, and then a box set as well. So yeah, some really cool titles that that I'm so excited to talk about. And some of these ones are ones that I have kind of been watching throughout the month as well. So if there's anything I have watched, I will kind of give my thoughts on everything. But yeah, very excited about this month's pickups. Some really cool ones to kind of get stuck into. So yeah, I'm going to really quickly just kind of get into it, and yeah, just show you everything I picked up in March. So starting off the month really strong, I have two Eureka Masters of Cinema Blu-ray titles, and the first one is one that I've definitely had my eye out for a really long time, and this has kind of been in and out of my basket for like the last few months. And yeah, I just finally kind of decided to pull the trigger and get it this month, because I've heard such fantastic things about it, and it's slap bang right in the middle of the era of cinema that I love. It's from the 70s. This one is from 1971, and it's this one called Two Lane Blacktop. So this is a film directed by Monte Hellman. It's from 1971, and it stars James Taylor and Warren Oates in the kind of main roles. But yeah, I've just heard such fantastic things about this. So I think this film it kind of came out off the back of Easy Rider, and Easy Rider was such a huge success like in the late 60s that there was sort of a taste for these sort of I guess like anti-establishment kind of road trip kind of movies. So this kind of was born out of that kind of film. But yeah, I've heard really great things about it. I don't know actually too much about kind of what the story is going to be about, but just even that era and that kind of film I just absolutely love from the 70s. So yeah, I just thought this was a really cool release as well. So that's the first pickup, Two Lane Blacktop. And if there is any of these titles that you have seen or kind of are interested in or know some more information about, definitely please let me know. And the next Eureka title I picked up, this one is a Western film. So it is this one, The Great Silence. So yeah, I've kind of been like probably like a lot of people in the community at the moment, I have been on a little bit of a Western kick, and I've been kind of trying to, I guess, broaden my horizons a little bit when it comes to Westerns. And I find that a lot of the Westerns that I have watched so far, while they're pretty few compared to maybe other people, but I've really enjoyed them, and I'm really enjoying the genre as a whole. So I've kind of been doing a little bit of research in terms of kind of some of the greatest Westerns and which Westerns to kind of look out for, and which are the kind of seminal ones. And a lot of the lists that I found, they had this one, The Great Silence, on them. So this one, it is from 1968. It's an Italian Western directed by Sergio Corbucci, and it stars Klaus Kinski and Jean-Louis Trintignant. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it's also has a score which says it's a haunting score from Maestro Ennio Morricone. So anything with an Ennio Morricone score, to me, it just, you know, it just has points, extra points for that. But yeah, I've heard absolutely fantastic things about this, and that it's in the kind of that kind of anti-Western tradition, the kind of you know, I guess changing the kind of conventions of the kind of classic Western. So I kind of really like Westerns kind of in that vein at the moment. So yeah, one I'm so excited to check out, and it's a really nice edition as well. I have been keeping my eye out for this one as well, but I think when I picked it up, it was definitely at the start of March when I picked this one up, and I don't think it was, I got it on Amazon, and it wasn't available on Amazon Prime for like a little while, and as soon as it became available on Amazon Prime, I think it was €18, but I just grabbed it because I just knew this is one that I definitely wanted to check out. So The Great Silence, yeah, please let me know if you've seen this one and kind of what you think. But yeah, I have really high hopes for this one. So the next title I'm going to talk about is one that I picked up off the back of another film that I watched recently called Soldier Blue. I talked about that one in, I think it was like a weekly watches video I did a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it was a film that really interested me, and it was one that I was definitely kind of thinking about after I watched it. And it just kind of got me thinking that I would like to watch some more films that kind of deal with the Native American kind of way of life, and just to kind of learn a little bit more about that subject matter, and just kind of see a few more movies about how they kind of interacted with, like, what would you call them, like the kind of the settlers basically, and you know, that kind of dynamic I kind of find very interesting. So I looked up kind of more lists online of just films that deal with Native Americans, and this one kind of kept coming up. So I thought it sounded really interesting. It's this one with Richard Harris called A Man Called Horse. So this one does seem to be about the character played by Richard Harris, and he gets basically captured by a Native American tribe, and kind of throughout that I guess he's going to kind of you know, kind of become familiar with their way of life, and kind of learn a little bit about them and their history and all that kind of thing. And I guess this from kind of what I read online, it is kind of more of a kind of sympathetic view towards the Native Americans than I guess what was previously communicated in film and everything previously to that, which is quite interesting. I'm really kind of intrigued just to kind of, you know, get a look into that and learn a little bit more. So I just don't see the year that this is made. I'm nearly sure it's like the early 70s or late 60s, but I'll find out and I'll put it on the screen what the year this was. But I'm nearly sure it's from the 70s. But again, I just have really high hopes for this one now as well. From my research, it sounds really cool, and it looks like it's gonna be really interesting. So and I think from what I heard, there's maybe some kind of violent scenes and everything in it as well. So yeah, another one I'm really looking forward to checking out. I think this one is gonna be really high up on my watch list. So yeah, A Man Called Horse was the next pickup. So next, in a bit of a different vein, this one is it's kind of a crime action movie that I've actually been hearing a few different channels talking about this one recently. I think most recently I heard Julie from Julie's Little World 02 talking about this film when she did her Kurt Russell video, and it's this one, Tango and Cash. Now I had never seen this film before, so yeah, another one I'm really looking forward to checking out. So kind of from what I gather with this one is that the characters played by Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell are both cops in LA, and they're basically rival cops that hate each other and kind of try to outdo each other all the time, and then they end up in prison, I think, and they kind of have to team up and try to escape prison. So it sounds absolutely fantastic. Again, I've been kind of getting a lot of Kurt Russell's films on DVD and Blu-ray as well, and just really enjoying his work. So yeah, another one I really can't wait to watch. I just feel like it's going to be a really kind of fun, action filled kind of watch. So yeah, again, hopefully I'll be watching this one soon and kind of coming back to the channel with my thoughts. But yeah, Tango and Cash is the next one. So for the next title, we're back to the 70s. This one is from 1978. Another film that I've kind of had on my radar for a really long time. So I'm finally, I'm really happy now to finally have it in the collection and to be checking it out really soon. It's this one called Midnight Express. So this is, I think this is another like really seminal 80s or 70s film that I unfortunately haven't checked out yet. And I think, yeah, it's been on my radar for a while, but I think on the last live stream that I did with Ollie Loves Films channel, I believe some of the guys were talking about this. I think it might have been Sammy G's World of Cinema that was talking about this one and saying that it was absolutely fantastic. So it kind of gave me the kick up the arse that I need to kind of pick it up and finally check it out. So again, just another one I'm really eager to see this one now as well, because it comes up on a lot of like the kind of best films of the 70s lists. So yeah, another one, really can't wait to check it out. This one, it's about I think it's about an American tourist who ends up in like a Turkish prison, and of course, like as you can imagine, the prisons over there are not the prisoners are not treated as well as they would be, I guess, in the West. And so it's kind of about his tale of survival over there, I guess. So yeah, really excited to see this one. I probably will have the tissues at the ready because I can imagine that it's going to be a hard watch, but yeah, nonetheless one I really can't wait to check out, Midnight Express. Then next we have my only pre-order of the month. So this one I pre-ordered I think I only pre-ordered a couple of weeks ago. I haven't had it on pre-order for that long, but it's been one I'm really excited to check out for a couple of reasons. So the title in question is this one, Castaway. So this one is a release from 88 Films, and it comes with the slipcover. The slipcover is really nice on this one. It's just like really chunky, and it just feels very, very high quality. So this film, it's a film directed by Nicholas Roeg, and it stars Oliver Reed and Amanda Donoghue. So again, in a probably not recent, but a good few weeks ago now, I did a weekly watches video where I talked about Ken Russell's The Lair of the White Worm, and this actress Amanda Donoghue was in that film kind of as the I guess she was sort of like the evil kind of antagonist character in it, and I just thought she was absolutely fantastic in that film, and I kind of immediately wanted to kind of see more of her stuff and see what else she had been in. And of course Oliver Reed, just an absolutely fantastic actor, a total classic actor. So I'm kind of willing to pretty much watch anything that Oliver Reed does. I just think he's brilliant, and just so like he doesn't care, like he just really goes all out in all of his roles, and I think he's brilliant. So yeah, I really can't wait to watch this one. I don't think I haven't seen kind of much about this film or kind of many reviews, so I don't know kind of how this film was received, or if it's kind of all that kind of famous, or you know, I really don't know too much about it. But just with the kind of cast and the director and everything, I just I knew I would have to give this one a go. So yeah, so this one, Castaway from 88 Films, really excited to check this one out as well. Then the next Blu-ray I picked up was one that it's another one. It's been on my radar for so long. It's been one that I've been wanting to watch for absolutely ages, and it just doesn't seem to be available like in an English version. Maybe it's just out of print. So I just finally picked it up, and I got the Spanish version. So this film is called Crimes of the Heart. It's directed by Bruce Beresford, and it's from 1968. And as you can see, it stars Diane Keaton, Jessica Lange, and Sissy Spacek. Yeah, and this film was nominated. It says it was nominated for 3 Oscars, but I have to say this film bored me to tears. Like, this was such a slog to watch. I just thought, you know, a kind of family drama with 3 absolutely fantastic actors, like 3 just absolutely incredible talents. I was like, this is going to be fantastic. And yeah, this really just dragged on. And basically the story is that it's 3 sisters that kind of come home, and they basically kind of come together to kind of deal with the death of their mother. I think she committed suicide. So you know, they're all kind of really, there's a lot of, I guess, kind of discussion, and it's a very kind of dialogue heavy movie rather than kind of a lot of action or drama or anything like that. So maybe that's why I didn't get on with it. It's just very kind of just wordy and just kind of talking, but I just really just didn't, I guess I just didn't kind of feel the kind of stakes or anything in this. I just, yeah, it was not my cup of tea. So I'm kind of not sure whether I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm not sure if I can trade in, I'm not sure if I can trade this in when it's like the Spanish version. I'm not too sure. I might just hang on to it for now. But yeah, this one was like a huge disappointment. Definitely the biggest disappointment of the month. Especially because it was one that I've just been wanting to see for like a really long time. So yeah, Crimes of the Heart, definitely would not recommend this one. Yeah, just a boring time, but I'm really glad I've kind of ticked it off the list now anyway. But yeah, not one I would recommend, unfortunately. So next we have a couple of Ken Russell films. So maybe you might have seen from maybe a couple of my previous videos, but I have been on a bit of a Ken Russell kick at the moment, and I have been kind of trying to watch more of his films. And yeah, this month I watched a good few of his movies. So this one, it's not one I picked up this month, but I just recently watched Tommy for the first time, and like I just absolutely fell in love with that movie. Like everything about that movie was just perfection to me. So that was definitely a 5-star movie for me. It was the first movie of the year that I rated 5 stars out of 5 on my Letterboxd. So yeah, it was just absolutely fantastic. So I've definitely had been keen to see more of his films anyway, but after that I was like, I need to see everything that he's ever done. So I watched a couple there this month. So the first Ken Russell movie that I picked up on is a Blu-ray, and it's from Arrow Video, and it's this one called Crimes of Passion. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous artwork on this as well. So this one, yeah, this was a really interesting one. So this was one of kind of Ken Russell's American films. So he did make a handful of American films in his career, which were not, I don't think, as kind of well received as kind of some of the British ones that he did, but all the same, this one was a really interesting watch. So essentially Kathleen Turner in this, she plays she's a prostitute, and she kind of leads this double life, whereas she's sort of this very kind of high-flying like executive during the day, you know, owns like a beautiful home and dresses really well, goes to work. You know, you would never kind of think that there was anything else going on. And then in the evening, then she basically, yeah, she's a sex worker, and she goes by the yeah, she goes by the pseudonym China Blue when she's kind of working nights. So she kind of has this kind of dingy kind of motel room, and she kind of dresses up, wears a wig and all this kind of thing. So it's a really kind of, I guess, interesting look at yeah, basically someone leading a double life. And then we have Anthony Perkins in this film as well, who plays just this absolutely crazy priest who's kind of trying to basically kind of save her from her sins, and who's kind of trying to preach to her all the time. And yeah, he was absolutely crazy, kind of annoying actually, but yeah, it was a very, very interesting film. So there's some scenes that are just so intense and dramatic and really exciting, and then there is kind of one sex scene where she's basically sleeping with a guy that you kind of, you know, he kind of starts out as a client, but then they kind of have like more of like a bond together, and they basically, there's a scene where they're having sex, but the way it's shot, it's just really, really stylish and really beautiful. And even the kind of very dingy kind of motel scenes with the flashing lights, and you know, it's, I don't know, he just makes things that are otherwise like very, very kind of grim and depressing, but just make them look so stylish and cool. So I thought this was a really beautifully shot movie. I didn't think it was like a perfect movie. I thought yeah, there was definitely some very kind of crazy Ken Russell elements in it, and again, as I said, the way it was shot and everything was just absolutely gorgeous. But I just think the story was a little bit lacking, so it wouldn't be maybe one of my higher kind of rated Ken Russell films, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless. It was definitely, if you're into your Ken Russell films and if the story and everything sounds interesting to you, definitely check this one out. It was really fun, really good climax in it as well, and I was never bored throughout, but I just thought, just as a whole, it just wasn't perfect. So yeah, definitely one I'm really kind of happy that I've checked out, and this is a really nice release as well. So nice release from Arrow Video, and it has two obviously the reversible artwork, and then it has two versions of the film and the special features and everything as well. So yeah, I'm so happy I finally watched this one, and I have it on Arrow. So yeah, good recommendation for this one if it sounds like it's up your street. Yeah, Crimes of Passion was the next pickup. And then in a similar vein, this one again from Ken Russell, this is another film basically about prostitution. This one is called Whore. So this is the Spanish release, because I just couldn't find like a UK release, and maybe it's just out of print, but yeah, this one is called Whore, and this one stars Teresa Russell in the main role. And yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed this one. Did not expect to enjoy this one. I thought it might be kind of weaker than the other one, Crimes of Passion, but I think I actually prefer this one. So this one is a totally different style than Crimes of Passion. This one was done, I think this one was based off a play, so it was definitely more kind of in the first person. And basically Teresa Russell, she plays a hooker in this, and we are basically kind of following like a day in her life, whereby she's out looking for work, she's on the streets, and she is basically speaking to the camera, like kind of breaking the fourth wall style, and she's talking to us, and basically kind of narrating us through her day, and but also giving us kind of gradually giving us more kind of backstory into her life, and her kind of getting into prostitution, and kind of some of the clients she's had over the years, and kind of the weird things they asked her to do. And yeah, there's kind of times where she kind of tried to get out of it, and yeah, there's kind of so much kind of going on, and we really do learn a lot about her as a character. And yeah, she's a really, really interesting character, and I think Teresa Russell does such a great job in this as well. Yeah, I really like Teresa Russell anyway. I've been definitely getting into more of her films, but yeah, just there's something about her in this, you just cannot take your eyes off her. I mean, she is properly kind of wearing like the very kind of revealing clothes, and kind of very like overtly kind of what you would consider to be like what a prostitute would wear, that kind of thing. But yeah, you just cannot take your eyes off her. She's just really, really fantastic in this, and she really kind of makes the material her own and everything in this. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. You don't kind of really see kind of all that much, you know, in terms of, you know, kind of her kind of sleeping with clients or anything like that. It's more a lot of it is left to the imagination, but then there are a couple of scenes where we kind of see a little bit, but it's not kind of crazy over the top. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought maybe at points the script was kind of a little bit weak, but overall definitely a really enjoyable one. And if you are into your short movies, this one, it's only 85 minutes as well, so if you're looking for something just to kind of watch that is really interesting but it's not totally kind of dragging on, yeah, this is a really good one. So yeah, Ken Russell's Whore, yeah, highly recommend this one. Really, really enjoyable little watch. So yeah, that was the next pickup. And then the final Ken Russell pickup was this one. So this is one of Ken Russell's like what you call it, like the composer kind of series that he did, where he takes different composers and does kind of biopics of their life. And this one is on the composer list, and this one is Listomania. So this one, it stars Roger Daltrey as the composer list, and I actually did sit down to watch this one straight after Tommy, and it was too much. So I just could not stop thinking about Tommy the whole time. So I just decided to kind of pause this one. I only got about 20 minutes in, or 30 minutes or something, but I didn't have the head to watch kind of another kind of crazy musical. So yeah, Tommy was just enough for one night. So I just parked this one, so I need to return to this one really soon. But yeah, I have high hopes for this one. So it's definitely in a different style than Tommy, 100% completely different style of film. But yeah, I think from what I've seen, it looks really good so far. So definitely one that I will be returning to really soon. So yeah, Listomania was the next one. So the next pickup was it was another film that's been on my radar for absolutely ages. So I'm delighted to finally have this one in my collection. I watched this one on Friday, and I just absolutely ate up every second of it. I absolutely loved it, and it's this one with Faye Dunaway, Mommy Dearest. Yeah, this was just absolutely fantastic, and the perfect watch just for like Friday night with a glass of wine, chocolate, absolutely happy out. So this one is it's kind of like a drama with definitely some comedic elements, but mostly like a drama about the actress Joan Crawford, who at this point is kind of aging, and you know, she's not as, I guess she's starting to become not as famous as she once was, and she basically really wants to become a mother, and she can't have children, so she adopts 2 children, but this one kind of deals specifically with the daughter. Christina Crawford is her name, and it's just really about the kind of dynamic in that household, and just how like kind of insane she was. Definitely a very, very kind of troubled woman, and someone with a lot of problems. Definitely kind of maybe very, very kind of controlling person, very kind of obsessive, very vain, a lot of kind of really kind of negative elements that don't take well to basically having a child in the house, and just kind of showing what the children had to go through, and again specifically the daughter, and just, I guess, the trauma that she had to go through with her mother. There's some scenes in this that are so upsetting and like just so traumatic, and I just can't imagine a young child kind of having to deal with this and kind of everything that she had to deal with. So this one, it does go over like a long period of time. So we deal with the daughter Christina. I'd say she's maybe at the start of it, she's about, she could be maybe be 6 or 7, 8, somewhere around that area, and then we kind of grow with her till she's kind of maybe in her early 30s, and just how she has to kind of contend with her mother's like mood swings, like kind of irritability, just unpredictability. It's just, there's so much to kind of deal with, but a very, very interesting watch, and so dramatic. I just, there was not 1 second of this that I was bored or checking the time. It was just so entertaining from start to finish, and really interesting to kind of get a look into, you know, I think I always find it very fascinating to, you know, because with kind of actors and actresses, we kind of see one thing on screen, but to kind of get an insight of what Joan Crawford was like behind closed doors was really fascinating. And yeah, it was just, there's some scenes in this that are just so, yeah, just so traumatic. So yeah, a very interesting film. I know that Faye Dunaway now, I think she's kind of disowned this film because of all the criticism that she got. I think she won a Razzie for like worst actress or something like that, but I didn't find it like kind of funny or anything. I actually genuinely took it seriously, and you know, I could view it for what it was intended to be, like a serious kind of drama. So I think Faye Dunaway did a fantastic job, and she really, I mean, she's definitely, like, as you can see from like the photo, she's definitely kind of goes all out there, and it's definitely a caricature, I'd say, of Joan Crawford, but I still think it's I still think she was really effective in the role. And yeah, if that's what Joan Crawford was really like, then God help us all, because she was, yeah, she was scary. So yeah, very, very interesting film. I highly enjoyed this one. I'm so happy I've finally seen it, and yeah, one that I just know I will keep going back to this one because it just has a good kind of rewatchability factor to it as well. So yeah, if you're interested, especially if you're interested in like old Hollywood, you do get a little bit of an insight into her career as an actress, but yeah, it's kind of mostly about sort of her domestic life. So very, very interesting all around. Really enjoyed this one. So yeah, Mommy Dearest was the next pickup. So the next DVD I picked up was a film that I have watched a few years ago and I loved, but I was kind of waiting for them to come out with a UK release, and it's just not happening. So I picked up an American release, and this one don't think it's a bootleg, but it's like a library copy from the US. The film in question is The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Absolutely love this film. Really, really fantastic performance in this one by Jessica Chastain. She did win Best Actress for this one. Yeah, really fantastic film. But this, yeah, this DVD, it's from Toledo Lucas County Public Library. It's at like Ohio or something, maybe Toledo, and yeah, like it still has like the kind of writing and everything on it, and it kind of looks a little bit bootleggy, but the most annoying thing about it is that it's like locked, and that, yeah, I can't open it. So I actually do have another DVD that's like this as well, that I literally got from Thrift Books, and because they seem to sell a lot of these ex-library copies and they're not open. So I have yet to figure out how to open these, but I haven't really looked into it, so I'll need to maybe look into it online to see if there's any other way I can get it open. If not, I'll just be maybe just getting a knife at it or something. But yeah, a little bit annoying, but look, it is the only copy of this film that I seem to be able to get my hands on. So yeah, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. If you're interested in kind of the world of like televangelism and you know, that all that kind of thing in America, really, really interesting film, and just the performance by Jessica Chastain is just out of this world. I could just watch her all day in this. She's just really fantastic in this film. So yeah, The Eyes of Tammy Faye is the next one, and if anyone else knows how to open these, please let me know, and please leave me a comment down below. So yeah, The Eyes of Tammy Faye. So the next DVD I picked up, this one is it's one I actually hadn't heard of before, but I recently did my top Val Kilmer films, like my top 10 Val Kilmer films. So I actually just went back into his filmography just to see was there anything else that I didn't have on DVD or anything else that I wanted to get my hands on. And for some reason this one must have evaded me over the years because I've never even heard of this one, but it does star Val Kilmer, and it's this one called Bloodworth. And this one also stars Chris Christopherson, Dwight Yoakam and Hilary Duff. So this one is this is a French release of the film. But it seems to be kind of something similar to the likes of Crazy Heart, which I absolutely adore. I love that film. So yeah, if it's kind of like that and if it's as good as Crazy Heart, then fantastic. But yeah, it does seem to be kind of about a kind of country western star in the US, and that's kind of really all I know about it. Don't really know too much about the story or anything like that, but yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out. And it says that the music was composed by T-Bone Burnett, who actually wrote the music for Crazy Heart as well. So hopefully the music will be really good as well. So yeah, Bloodworth, I'm looking forward to checking this one out and pretty much going into this one blind as well. So yeah, Bloodworth is the next one. Then next we have another 70s film that I've been wanting to check out for a really long time. I was actually hoping to get this one on the HMV Premium Collection, but I think this one might be out of print, so someone can maybe let me know in the comments if that's correct. But it is this one with the late Gene Hackman and Al Pacino. It's Scarecrow. So yeah, I've heard just so many fantastic things about this, and I know I've been kind of hearing even more about it now since Gene Hackman passed away. So yeah, it's one really can't wait to kind of get stuck into this one as well. So yeah, Scarecrow is the next one, so just can't wait to see this one. Then we have another Al Pacino film, and this one, I think this could be the last Sidney Pollack film I need to get in my collection. I need to just double check that, but I think now that I have this one, I might have all of his films, or definitely the vast majority of them anyway. But yeah, this one, again, as I said about Al Pacino, it's Bobby Deerfield. And this is, I think this is kind of regarded as one of Sidney Pollack's kind of, you know, worst films, or not worst, but just yeah, just not one of his greatest ones. So yeah, I kind of want to just give it a chance. I absolutely love Sidney Pollack. Like, he is just one of my favorite directors ever. So I'm just willing to go in blind. I don't want to kind of prejudice myself. I just want to go in blind and give it a fair chance and kind of see what I think of it. But yeah, I really don't know kind of too much about this one, but I do like that Sidney Pollack has kind of done films in a lot of different genres. So this one seems to be maybe like a period film, but although I don't know. Yeah, again, I can't even speculate really about too much about what this one is about. So yeah, just have to go in blind and just see what it's all about. So yeah, Bobby Deerfield is the next one. So for the next pickup, we're back to the Nicholas Roeg films, and in my February pickups haul, I talked about Nicholas Roeg's film The Man Who Fell to Earth, and someone in the comments mentioned that this was their favourite Nicholas Roeg film, so I had to pick it up. I think it was Steve for Films, he said it was his favourite Nicholas Roeg film, so yeah, I just had to grab it. I just had to kind of get it into the Nicholas Roeg watch pile, because yeah, I'm just enjoying his films a lot as well. So the film in question is this one, Performance, with Mick Jagger, and yeah, this one is it's a German release. I think this one could also be available on, is it the HMV Premium Collection as well, or is it Criterion? I'm not sure. Someone please in the comments let me know. But yeah, I couldn't kind of see it available, so I just grabbed this this German release. So again, this is one I actually don't really know too much about this one, but I just was really intrigued to kind of find out, especially the fact that Mick Jagger's in it. So yeah, I can't tell you too much about this film, but I'm just kind of prepared to go in pretty blind and just hope for the best. So yeah, Performance is the next pickup. So the next pickup is another DVD, and this one is from 1975 and directed by Robert Wise, and this one is The Hindenburg. Now, to be honest, I actually had never really heard of this film before. I have of course heard of the Hindenburg disaster, but I had never heard of the film release. And I think it was I think I was just having a look through some of George C. Scott's films and kind of ones that I hadn't seen, and this one came up, and it sounded really interesting, and it has a pretty good rating as well. So yeah, I just knew I would have to pick up this one. So this one also starring Anne Bancroft as well, which is a huge plus. So yeah, it looks like pretty much a kind of an action thriller film, kind of dealing with the Hindenburg disaster. So other than that, kind of again going in pretty blind, don't know too much else about it, or you know what characters they're playing or anything like that, but yeah, it just looks fantastic, and it just looks really action packed, and I do love a good disaster film as well. So and yeah, just the fact that it is a historical event, I'm just really keen to go in and learn a little bit more about it. So yeah, The Hindenburg is the next pickup. Then next I picked up this little kind of film box set. So the reason I picked this one up is because I had actually been trying to get the film Smokey and the Bandit on DVD or Blu-ray, but it just seems really hard to come by, and I could kind of get a secondhand one, but I'd be kind of spending more than what I wanted to spend. But I actually found this little 70s film box set. So this is what it looks like. Just a little 70s 4-film box set, films that define a decade, and they actually have these in a lot of the other decades as well, from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s and up. So this one actually only cost me €5 on Amazon, which I just thought was a great deal. And so this one, it has Smokey and the Bandit, it has Earthquake, which is another film that I really want to check out. I think a couple of other channels have been talking about this one, Earthquake, as well. I know Stuart George has been talking about this one. So yeah, really keen to check that one out as well. And then it has National Lampoon's Animal House, and then it has The Sting, which is the only one that I already owned on DVD, but just for a £5, I just thought absolutely perfect. You know, just a way to get a couple more 70s films into the collection. So yeah, I was really happy with that. I just thought for a £5, you just cannot go wrong. And so the final pickup of March is it's a TV show. It's a series of a TV show, and this one is one I've had my eye on for absolutely ages. I'd say it's been kind of in and out of my basket for years, and I finally came across this again on Amazon this month, and it was like reduced a good bit. I think I only paid €7 or something like that for this box set. And the series in question then is this one, South of Hell. So this one is executive produced by quite a few kind of big names in horror. So there's Eli Roth and Jason Blum, I think, is an executive producer on this. But there's a lot of kind of each of the episodes are directed by kind of various directors as well in horror. So directed by Eli Roth, Jennifer Lynch, Jeremiah Chechik and Ty West. So yeah, a good few kind of interesting directors on some of these episodes as well. So yeah, I started watching the series last night, and I've only just watched one episode so far, but yeah, it is kind of interesting. It's definitely a little bit more low budget, but yeah, I still think it could be pretty interesting. So this one also starring Mina Suvari in the main role. So she basically plays she's basically like an exorcist. So she goes around to different households that basically where people are thought to be possessed, and she goes around trying to basically help to kind of drive the devil out of these people, or drive the demon, I should say, out of these people. And the kind of twist, I guess, which is not really a twist because we find out in the first episode, but she is also possessed. So she has a demon inside her that she basically uses to kind of drive out other people's demons. So yeah, it was quite an interesting concept from the outset. So as I said, I watched one episode, so I'm gonna kind of keep watching. I think there's either 6 or 8 episodes in it, in the whole series. So it shouldn't kind of take me too long to get through, but yeah, interesting concept so far. I love Mina Suvari, so I'm just kind of drawn to her, anything she's in. So she's kind of the main reason I wanted to wanted to watch this, but yeah, I'll kind of keep watching and see how I go. And it is it's set in Charleston, South Carolina as well, so the setting and everything is really gorgeous as well, so that's another plus. But yeah, South of Hell, hopefully the rest of the season is good, but yeah, just have to watch and find out. So South of Hell is the last pickup. So yeah, that is everything that I picked up in March. I'm really chuffed with all my pickups from this month. There's a lot here that I just cannot wait to get stuck into, and just ones that I know I'm gonna absolutely love. So yeah, really happy with these pickups. So if you have any thoughts on any of these titles, or if you've seen any of them, or if there's any you want to see, then please leave a comment down below and let me know, because I love reading all the comments. But yeah, if you are still watching this video, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as usual, please like and subscribe and leave a comment and all that good stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.